Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to 18 PATHCO. Well, it's been awfully busy uh, for the members of PATHCO recently, so why don't someone from the party let us know what has recently happened?
Sorry, what I had running in the 90s on, have we started?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have.
Started.
Oh,
You just put that on just to be able to say this now, didn't you?
oh yes, I just love that song, it's very
So-
good.
It
So
is
where-
the
where-
entire Initial D soundtrack is a work of art, I assure you.
This is all in character, by the way.
Yeah.
I know. So we're gonna come back in, and I'm gonna go over some of the nighttime activity stuff. But what just happened just right at the end of last session?
We finally beat the raid at Marsh Top.
We killed everyone.
Somehow.
We don't need to pay land.
Yeah.
You don't need to pay
merciful.
back because he took some. He was not able to get back into his original room because it had partially collapsed from giant frogs falling into it. But he had recompensed himself from
Yeah.
the coffers.
I
of
still- I still have his cape, actually. I can totally sell that to like a wicked collector or something.
You
like
have his cape.
Yeah.
like in
Did
Science.
we steal all of his clothes?
Like he is half naked. Like this is a thing that we can come back to at a later
That's a
point.
bit-
but-
Yeah. I still have his cape, and I'm gonna sell it to like you know those people who collect like personal belongings of like serial killers and stuff. I'm gonna sell it to
that's
one of
right.
those guys.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know them, but I think
Anyway,
as the raid on Marsh Top kind of recedes and the Boggards it's not an immediate thing. There is some fighting back. It's not as soon as Large Bill dies that everyone starts going away. There is some backwards and forwards between the rest of the troops, but that is well, that goes okay. I don't really see the need to roll any dice for that. It recedes, and there is a tiredness amongst the camp, but also a jubilance as they have defeated a not insignificant foe, particularly around you, the members of PATHCO, who were able to defeat Large Bill, almost certainly securing the victory. There is shouting, there is drinks being passed around, there is repeated chants of the phrase "boys" from certain quarters. But as the night goes on, and as it seems that there is no third wave,
Oh, thank
and
Orcus for that.
yeah, I know. And as you are able to recover some of the things that you had recovered at the end of last session that we went through, what are your sleeping plans?
Well, honestly, it's more that my plans contain a lot of sleeping than that I have any particular
that's
sleeping
fine.
plan.
I mean, if you want to go straight on towards that, then that is completely understandable.
Actually, what I'm going to do, because I need a lot less rest than most people, right? Because I'm an elf. I only need to meditate for 4 hours. I'm going to wait until everyone has gone to bed, and then I'm gonna still see if I can scramble up some leftover stuff and gold.
Okay, that's cool. Anyone else doing pre-night activities? The rest of the camp is going on. I mean, everyone seems very willing to give you guys a little bit of chance to sleep because they see that you've earned it. Like there are people bustling around. It does not seem that you're going to get sneaked. Their guards have been posted. The brigadier, in particular, his mouth being patched up at either side is very clear that you aren't going to get sneak attack again.
Oh yeah, man, that grievous arrow wound. Oof.
He was the Brigadier's son. Wasn't he?
Yeah, it was the brigadier's son. Yeah.
Lieutenant. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys just want to crash out, if you guys want to do something just before, that's fine.
yeah, I'm probably going to be helping with any healing efforts that are occurring, probably with Ramona, I assume.
Yeah.
Basically, I think Thyra isn't intending on getting 5 hours sleep so that she can be doing that instead,
Do you want to give me a quick heal check for that, then, Tara?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that's pretty good. I mean, as there's a lot of people that have been injured to a certain extent. There have definitely been fatalities. With a 20,
I
you
start to bring some of them back from the dead.
you don't start to bring any of them back from the dead, but
Okay.
there was at least there was at least 2 people who probably would have died and have gone back down to just merely severely injured because of your kind of after battle care there. So you've definitely pulled some people back from the pre-brink.
Good.
Apollyon, do you want to roll me an appraise check? Let's bring out one of those.
I love the appraise checks because it's a skill that we so rarely use.
Yeah, let's give me an appraise.
Okay,
to
let's
how
actually
well you
see.
kind of-
Let's actually see how good I am at appraising things. Well, that's pretty alright. Oh yeah, never mind.
You get a. You actually pick up this. You find it on, like, you have the opportunity to maybe grab a couple of coin pouches from some boggards, but then you see it, this golden hued statue just poking out of the pouch of, it's half in the mud that one of the boggard axemen had on him, and he was partially submerged, and you forego picking up the more obvious pouches to pick this up, and you're so pleased with picking up this very large statue that then turns out to be wood and gold flake and is worth 2 gold pieces.
Ah, fantastic.
Oh.
Okay, so what?
Just you're feeling very pleased with yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Can I roll knowledge religion to see what this thing is?
Sure, go for it.
16.
Yeah, it is a very crude interpretation of Zevgavazeb.
Alright. So, crude... Zevgavazeb idol.
It is not a gold statue as if it first looked like it. It is a gold-leafed statue.
Yeah,
It is
like...
wood.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Or is it gold paint, I think, rather than...
Yeah, it's like shitty paint.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, no, that's good. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else that I can do. Actually, using my cantrip of detect poison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just scout the field and see if I can see any particularly strong concentrations? Because, I might be able to...
Sure.
Yeah. Like, if I could maybe, like, harvest some utility poison from this. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah, give me a spellcraft for that.
Can do.
Just because it's not just... you've got to go around, you've got to have some degree
Here's a 15 for you, then.
A 15. Okay. Can you just roll me a d10?
Yes. Slash roll 1d10. That's a 7.
Okay. A 7.
7.
Yeah, okay. You find 1 use of green blood oil.
Alright.
And I will just post that in the... It's an injury poison.
Okay. Yeah, I can look it up myself if you want.
Okay, no, that's there. So...
Okay.
Yeah, so that is what you're able to locate. I think that pretty much takes up Apollyon before he's kind of got to go to...
Yeah,
to
that
Dave,
seems very reasonable.
You said something about you just joined with Riker into a hole somewhere?
Yeah, like if there's like a bit of rubble, or maybe if there's like a big leafy tree. Probably there isn't, because it's a swamp. But...
There are some trees around. Yeah, if you want to go up in a tree, that's certainly...
I don't know, how sheltered would I be if I clambered one?
Okay. Pretty sheltered, actually. Is that where you plan on sleeping?
sort of hiding for a while, trying to
Just kind of
quiet
like
it down.
decompress, kind of.
Yeah, because everything was pretty manic and very loud.
Yeah,
Very
Okay.
tired because he has no spell slots left.
that makes sense. He's pretty exhausted. And what about Brother Glanville? What's he up to in this kind of just post-battle kind of scenario?
But
Ooh.
gamblers be resting up.
Makes
Alright.
sense. There's
Yep.
definitely some tents and rooms available for you. If you want to just get some sleep, that makes sense. Cool. I'm going to move through the night. I have some notes in my notes, Napoleon,
Yes.
that there might be some kind of dream occurring at this.
Yeah, that could be. I'd like, just to clarify, I've forgotten all about this.
Because literally all my note is dream for Napoleon. I was really hoping.
Okay, no! Like, I have forgotten all about this.
I think this might be a barrier-related thing. Now
Yeah,
that it's going
I would figure that. Oh yeah. Okay. No, that's reasonable. Let me see. Yes. Okay. I think I'm pretty sure what I need to do mechanically. In terms of actual context, I'd say take it away.
take it away for me. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can hardly play Barry and Napoleon at the same time, can I?
Well, there has been a degree of that happening.
Well, yes. Okay, that's true, but
But,
you know,
but
just-
as you're drifting into sleep, there is certainly an interesting scenario, especially since you had the spell cast on you by Darren that's kind of like pushed you through. And ever since that's happened, there's been almost like a pinprick of a presence in the back of your mind. And as you fall back into sleep, and as you had those visions that you had, hellish as they were, I remember.
Yeah. It was basically just like a shooting star meme that like gradually descended like through the planescape into the abyss. And I like to imagine actually that like the sheer end of it, like it's spiraling through the abyss, like into the darkness, and in the sheer end of it, just everything is dark, and just before it ends, a large goat-like eye opens and stares at Apollyon from the nothingness.
Is this in the dream, or is this what you?
Yeah, that's the Darren's like hermetic potential thing.
So when you're sleeping, you sleeping inside? Are you borrowing a tent from someone, or?
Well, I just need to meditate, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, like I'm gonna sit outside, I think, and like put myself on like, I don't know, a tree somewhere, maybe like a stump.
Okay, that makes sense. You're probably slightly close to where Dave is at the moment.
Like honestly, because it's Apollyon,
maybe
like
not
it
even
doesn't.
consciously, just as like this subconscious like bond of PATHCO kind of coming into effect.
Yeah, maybe it's just like sitting on. That would be pretty funny actually if Dave is like burrowing under like something and Apollyon just happens to be sitting on top of it, like cross-legged, and they have no knowledge of each other whatsoever.
So I think you're sitting there meditating, and you're thinking about the things that have happened during the day, and you close your eyes. It's one of those things where you close your eyes and you open them, and you're not sure if you're meditating or sleeping or not. You close them and you open them, and you close them and you open them. The last time that you open them, things are a bit different. Everything seems flatter,
Okay.
and there's almost like these kind of like white lines across the floor at very regular intervals, kind of cutting the ground into squares.
All right.
Almost as if they're on there. And as you kind of look around, and you see this tree, but the tree seems very flat. And you see Dave, but it doesn't look like Dave. It just kind of looks like a circle with a gold outline on it, and Dave's face on it.
Okay.
Those outlines actually red.
Yes, red. That's yes, that like exactly like that. I was looking at one.
Okay.
And then you can kind of see Barry kind of there, and it flickers like one of those circular representations. And he comes in and goes, "Right, Napoleon."
Oh. Hi, Barry. What the hell is this?
Oh, it's just a meta representation of how the world works. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're going to forget about this by the time you wake up anyway, so I wouldn't confuse.
Right. That sounds fun.
Yeah, no, it's very fun. Beyond the veil of life and death is a world of rules and numbers and dice that is very beyond the comprehension of humans and elves. But that's not really important. What is important is, well, I think we probably need to talk about what happened with Gilhelm, really, because I don't know if you remember, we kind of implicitly cut a deal.
Yeah, we did, Barry. We very much did.
Because I can't help but notice, and we've been going through a while, but you're a very smart man, Napoleon. Very clever.
I can wholeheartedly attest to this very much, but please do continue.
But you lack some of that internal gravitas that is necessary for the sorcerous magic that you so imply. So I don't know if you remember exactly what happened with when we improve Gilhelm with Gold. That's a great bit of necromantic work. Very, very sick.
Yeah, it was not bad. I agree with you there.
It wasn't bad. But there's a lot that you could have taught me when I was a necromancer. Perhaps I wouldn't have got involved in so much of the forces beyond my understanding.
Wouldn't have got yourself killed, you mean?
Killed and had my soul strapped to a pair of shoes. Yeah, probably wouldn't have happened. But
yeah.
There's just that kind of, well, I've got to be like just the target level, the resistance level of your spells just isn't what it could be, because I've got to be honest with you, your charisma modifier is just not what it could be. I know it doesn't mean anything to you, but perhaps it should. So, buddy, I like you. I hope you like me. I hope we can be good friends moving forward. But especially with the experience you've had recently, I think it's time we're going to have to kick things up a notch. Would you agree?
You know what, Barry? Since most of my friends out in the real world seem so bent on getting themselves killed, and you're past that point anyway, yeah, I think we could be good friends. Let's go for it, Barry.
He reaches forward and he shakes your hand, and there is a flash of light, and you kind of almost fold in on each other, and you wake up, and your 4 hours of meditation has passed, and you can put in the second stage of the thing we discussed at that point.
Will do.
And we will discuss, well, other things might happen in the future, but that's where we're at then. Everyone else has slept fully, I think.
I would like to say,
yep.
Dave would have taken off his armor because I don't want any fatigue the next day.
Sure. Oh, very good. Yeah, very good. Thyra, what about you? And thank you for catching me up with this. I've been very slack on you guys regarding armor.
Thyra's been working in a goddamn hospital for most of her evening, so unsurprisingly, she immediately took off her armor.
Yeah.
And then I think basically Thyra wakes up at dawn completely unintentionally because she's fallen asleep under whatever the sort of makeshift field hospital is. She's directly under one of the windows.
Yeah.
So sun rises and just immediately right in her eyes.
Yeah. Ramona is there too. That's very similar to what's she's basically had a similar situation. So here's a question for you as a group. The communication orb that Apollyon put a cloth over.
Yeah.
Where was that left?
I'm gonna check. Maybe it's still in my inventory, but
Yeah, because didn't you put it in like your bag of holding? Or hand
yes,
stuff?
I do believe I did.
Yeah, so your bag of holding is vibrating.
Okay. Just a
Yeah,
second,
yeah,
guys.
I know it's absolutely
Yeah. Okay,
you've got a little bit of time if you guys want to reconvene whilst this is happening. But we're going to deal with this. Is going to be the first thing we deal with when we get up.
Okay. Like, I like to imagine that that's sort of what wakes Apollyon up too.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like,
yeah.
out of his meditation, like... It's like this really scenic, like, Zen meditation, and he's, like, just sitting there, like, cross-legged with his hands folded, and then it just... And he just falls over and wakes up, yeah.
Okay, so I think you're the lead on this one, Apollyon. So how are you handling this? You've got a little bit of time if you need to get people.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the gang together, I think. We're gonna say, and like I think like the son of the brigadier as well, and probably not the Bonbon brother. I don't feel like he's very expeditious in this.
Okay, so it's just going to be you guys. I'm going to put you in the room. And
I'm gonna get
Flew
like
away, you upset
like Monbeck. I would like there as well. I think.
Yeah, sure.
That's
I'm going
about
to
it.
leave Ramona here as well.
Yeah, Ramona also seems like handy to have. As much as I distrust good clerics,
I'm right here.
Bryce is kind of here. Bryce is behind the bar, just pouring everyone breakfast drinks. They're very stodgy.
I just, as you said, as he's just pouring everyone breakfast, I was just imagining him like pouring like beans and sausages into like a mug.
Oh no! Like this is
It's a barrel full of warm oatmeal.
Oh, yeah. It's no. There's God. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
heavy,
you can hear this kind of buzz thing happening.
Like when that first happens and Polly's under the tree, does he like stand up, shout, and then Dave falls out of the tree?
Yeah, I
I
imagine.
think that makes sense.
Ah!
Ah!
So you've got a couple.
Polly!
Yeah, go
I think we may have a situation. And I gingerly take out the bag with the orb from my bag of holding.
Look bag.
Yeah,
Okay.
bag of holding.
Is this going? I think this is happening outside the tree. I think that would make more sense than where we are
Yeah.
currently. Let me just. I'm just going to. Because as you've probably picked up, my cunning plan for not having to.
Yeah, it's kind of falling into disarray.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not a problem. It is 100% not a problem. So, you guys are kind of you've gotten everyone around, and you can kind of hear It's taken this little this sound. You can kind of hear this voice coming out of it, saying, "Tumblefluff, respond."
Okay. And do we hear this? Right.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
It's kind of whatever. Like it buzzes for a while. I'm assuming it takes you a little bit of time to kind of get everyone back together and gesture them around. Or unless you want.
Okay. No, I'm gonna try and quickly just talk to everyone and say, okay, guys. I think that on the line here we probably I think I probably rolled a high enough knowledge arcana to know that this is like a communication.
Oh yeah, no, you absolutely knew it was a
Does
communication.
it just do sound, or does it do image as well?
Who knows?
Do I know?
Okay.
Yes, I think it does do image as well. You would have picked that up. Although
Okay.
currently it's got a.
Nope, that does absolutely not do images.
No, it doesn't do it. No, as in, I wouldn't have needed you to. I think that you would have got that from your previous one. So you dodged the bullet on that crit fail, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, no, in that case, I'm gonna say to the guys, okay, guys, I think online here we probably have Tumblefluff's employer, who I assume is a troglodyte. I have two propositions to make. Actually, 3. Now that I think of it.
Are any of them any good?
Well, the first one is we just don't respond at all.
Okay, that's not amazing.
The second one is, I cast up my glamour and I try to do myself off as Vlad's secretary.
Other one?
How similar does Dave look to Vlad? Considering you...
How good I think all halflings look the same? Is that what I should ask?
Well, Arkid is his cloak, and you have his armor on.
That's
Why don't
actually
you just
true.
Pull the hood up on the cloak and do the whole ominous thing.
Monbeck speaks at this point. Yeah, we could even like smear some like dirt on the sphere. That would kind of obfuscate things a little bit.
Dave
as well.
does
And
have
we
a
can
phenomenal
we can go.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Oh no, my
Distortion.
performance are in string instruments and singing, so I could sing, but I don't think that sings. I've got very good bluff though, so you know, and I've got 8 golden dice to burn.
Yeah. That is true. Okay.
What should I say though?
I will also say, Egg, if you do the Vlad voice, I will give you a +2 circumstantial bonus on any
Oh,
day.
he does like a hello, doesn't he? Is that
Yeah.
him? Is that him?
Yeah, it's like
he's-
sort of cockney, weird,
I'll do
creepy.
voices.
Just do
What do you
the courier.
I can only do
He's Cockney.
Cockney. It's just my accent turned up.
Okay, so is that kind of how you're moving ahead with this, or?
Oh,
That
Dave wants to
sounds
know
so
what the hell
good.
he's going to be saying, because I pretend to be his model foe.
All right.
Also,
So
Vladimir he went off? Would he have gone back to his employers,
clearly not if they're
or would he not
calling
have bothered? Because he had his money from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're calling him, I'd assume that
Oh yeah.
whoever's calling it hasn't seen him yet.
Yeah, I mean,
Perhaps we, cause like we don't want them to come here.
Yeah. Actually, what if we do this in like a really dark place, and we have you say like I'm hiding in my like lair of ominous evil, whatever Thumberfluff is up to, and we just keep it really
I'm
dark.
pretty sure all assassins do have those. That does make sense.
Yes, indeed. So we
what
just
if
keep it
they
really
ask
dark.
What if they ask whether the inn's been destroyed, though, along with some super beautiful and powerful adventurers? And
Apollyon just shrugs and motions towards the general state of the inn.
good point.
okay, so there is, it is come on, Fluff, come in. If you don't pick up, I'll have to take. There is somewhat of a time pressure on the call coming in. So are you? Where are you picking this up?
I take Vlad's cloak off Apollyon's back and just dump it over Dave's head.
Yeah.
Replace it. Take off my clicker resistance.
Yeah.
Do you want
Your
to?
motivation is you're a psychopath.
Do you want to
And I
make me a
just clap
quick?
my hands.
Do you want to make me a quick disguise check there, Dave?
You read Dave was well, make the roll. He's not really disguising himself. He's having it done
Yeah.
for him.
We should probably can we all make a disguise check to see what we contribute?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Anyone?
Here's a 25 for you then.
Yeah, no, that's all good. It's all good.
I'm a master of
Jesus.
disguise. I've had
What
to
does this
disguise
look
myself
like?
from many authorities.
Well, you tell me what it looks like in.
Okay, yeah. So obviously, what we do is, first of all, we get like the cape running and all of that. We take
Off my cute scarf.
we take off the cute scarf and like all generally cutesy things.
We push Riker out of frame, like he's just
Yeah,
sat
we
out of the
just
background.
push Riker out of the frame.
oh yeah, he's super cute. Trying to get into frame as
Yeah.
well. Someone's got to wrangle that.
Oh, we put Dave like in front of like one of the collapsed buildings.
Yeah, I put a dagger in Dave's hand.
I do actually have a dagger.
Oh yeah, well
Now
I take Dave's dagger and I put it in Dave's hand.
Okay.
And Montbeck does rub some kind of like dirt on the sphere, just so it's
Yeah.
a little bit of an obfuscating kind of thing. as
Yeah.
well. Okay.
Okay,
So-
okay, let's go.
So, Dave, as you kind of like reach forward and touch it, it seems to respond to your touch, and it comes through. And I to get everyone else's kind of. It's a sphere, obviously, but there's obviously a direction in which it is facing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's been kind of covered up on one side as well, so you don't need to necessarily worry about a 360 degree of getting spotted here. I'm assuming you've with those rolls that you've made, you've been relatively sensible about it.
Yeah.
And a shadowy figure appears in there that you can kind of see, Dave, and speaks. Tumblefluff, you long enough to pick up. How did the operation at Marsh Top go?
First of all, out of character, Dave's a much better actor than Egg.
Yes,
Just getting that out there.
Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine.
Quite according to plan.
Really? I suppose it's not like you to leave any loose ends.
Look. Orcs died. We came out on top.
I think your microphone cut away a little there.
Yeah, I didn't actually hear that, sorry.
Dang it, I did a good voice as well. Stuff's fine, but most
No,
of it.
Oh, you
Still-
did, Teg.
It's still cutting, I'm afraid.
It's not my fault. What
Okay,
am I
I'll-
do about this?
Okay, that's
Oh no, I think I might have got an idea. Hold on a minute. Goodbye for a second.
Can we see this other this guy on the other end of the line?
if you want to be in a position to see the guy on the other end of the line, you risk the other person at the other end of the line. seeing
Yeah,
you.
okay. I'm not
Now,
gonna
if
risk that.
you want to do that, you are absolutely able to do that. But
Yeah,
be
no,
aware of what
Yeah,
the,
I'm not gonna risk that. I think because I mean Apollyon is sensible enough to know that Dave can just tell him afterwards.
We really should have thought of disguising as enemies beforehand. Considering how much trouble we've had with bogards on the road,
Yeah,
dressing
well,
as bogards would have made this really
Like,
easy.
my other plan.
Are you
for
suggesting
this-
that we skin the bogards and wear them?
No, I was suggesting
Apollyon puts his hand down.
This can't be in character.
Uh,
For one, like, Dave's
Yeah.
on the phone. Dave's on the phone.
yeah, I know.
Also, from the angle, from the map, it looks like Gilhelm's holding the Oculus.
oh yeah, no, like this is 100%. I didn't mean for that to be, but I guess it's like true. Like,
Yeah. Also, my other plan, which wasn't me trying to imitate Vlad's secretary or anything like that, was I have a scroll of temporary resurrection here. My other plan was to resurrect the Bogard and threaten him into taking the call for us. But that was before I knew that it was meant for Vlad specifically.
Okay. Is that an egg coming back?
That was an egg leaving.
Yeah, she just
That's
left
like
the channel.
No, she's still here it seems, but... yeah, right. There you go. This is a Discord issue, not... Oh no, she can't hear us. Can
Okay.
she?
Well, I think we can push through.
Oh yeah,
I
she
can more
hear
or
us.
less hear you. So.
What's exactly happening over there, Egg? You might want to turn your mic a little away from your mouth, by the way, Brogram.
Sorry, thought it was.
No, it's not a problem, just pointing it out. It's fine. Mike doesn't seem to be broadcasting it. Have you got push to talk on or something? Or is there any... does it say in the left-hand corner, left-down corner, does it say something along the lines of ice checking? Does it say something... Oh, it says voice connect. Huh. Have you tried...
Try going into settings and then selecting on voice, reset voice settings.
Yeah, probably. And if that doesn't work, either restart Discord, which you might have already done, or restart your PC.
Oh,
Hello.
Yes.
Yes,
Hey.
it worked.
Hey.
Hey.
What did you do?
I did the reset voice settings thing.
Ah, good.
Philo,
Very
the
good.
tech support person. Ah!
So,
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean I'm good at.
Well, you helped me.
Well, yeah. As
So,
good as you
anyway.
need to be, apparently.
what did you say? Apologies for making you repeat. I know.
Oh
it's-
yes. What was I saying? I was like, oh yeah. Some of the bogs. I'd say we got at least 98% of them. Maybe some of them ran off into the swamps. Quite a lot of humans.
98% is a fairly good fatality ratio, even for you. So, well, if I take it, you're able to successfully poison them with your sleeper draft again?
Well, I said, but got most of them.
Does seem that that's
But-
particularly well useful at Arbello.
Perfect enough.
Excellent. Excellent. And you're able to successfully pass over the summoning devices to the troglodytes earlier, or to the boggards to pass on to the troglodytes earlier. They will have a lot of trouble summoning that Hes demon without them.
Something the what now? I didn't hear that.
So, was that in character?
No.
or was-
No, this is Zeg.
Okay. The person on the other end of the line is saying, were you able to successfully pass over the summoning components to the boggards before the Marsh Up Inn? They'll have trouble summoning the Hezro demon without them.
I think. Can I hear this as Apollyon?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Can
I
you
think you're behind.
Yeah.
read something to me?
Apollyon is just nodding.
Do you want to give me a spellcraft check first? There.
Yeah, but actually, it's not really about what it is. It's just about as much the more misinformation we can give them, the better.
Yeah, but
So-
in case you notice, both Egg and Dave are trying to not
Shouldn't I roll
make it
knowledge?
sound perfect.
Shouldn't I roll knowledge planes for demons?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
like
that looks good.
I know what a Hezro demon is, but
Yeah,
Apollyon
that's
might
fine.
not.
Yeah, that's fine. Also, I do remind
21,
you, yeah,
so-
you do, and not only do you know what a Hezro demon is, and you know that there are certain linkages with troglodytes worshipping Hezro demons.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Frequently summoning a Hezro demon to lead a troglodyte clan is a
Oh.
thing that will happen.
Does Dave know what that kind of gear would look like, and if he's seen it among the stuff Vlad left behind?
Give me a knowledge planes or a knowledge. Well, okay. A knowledge planes, possibly a spellcraft, possibly a knowledge nature.
Well, knowledge nature's my highest, so I'm going to do that.
Dave, maybe not. Apollyon Apollyon does realise this. He realises he has seen the kind of materials you would need for summoning this kind of creature.
Figures.
And he remembers seeing them because Apollyon did the seance, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, and so did Dave. Actually, Dave
Yeah.
can't quite put everything together because he was lower than 20. But Apollyon definitely remembers the kind of things you would need to summon this. This was the pouch that you saw being passed over from the boggards to the troglodytes in the seance traps.
Ah, so Vlad did get it off then.
It would, well, yeah.
So- yeah.
Apollyon realizes this. I don't think Dave quite does, but I imagine Apollyon can kind of be nodding his head enough.
Well,
to...
also, I would like to remind you, Dave was the only one who could understand every single word that was spoken.
Oh
by
yeah,
the-
okay.
those
I'll give you
patrols.
a +2 on that, which takes you above 20. So that's fine.
Dave would say, yeah, without a hitch, no problems.
Yeah, and also just you now realise, yes, they have this stuff. It's very good.
Yeah, that's not good.
With a new leader in place, they're able to actually continue with their plan. No need for the holding. Sorry, that's me coughing my bad throat. No need for the holding tactics from the Sahel. Excellent. Do you want to roll me a bluff at this point, actually, I think, Dave? Because your disguise has taken you so far, but I think we're going to need a bluff.
I will add a golden dice to that.
Strong choice, my friend. 21 is good. Let me
26.
26. I'm just going to roll...
I'm back down to 7 golden dice.
26 is good, actually. 26 is good. I don't think the person on the other end of the line has 12 sense motive, so I think you're going to be okay. I think that was close, but I think you've made that. Do you want to give me a perception check as well as you're talking to this person?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the hell this is.
Yeah. They're not a troglodyte.
Not a troglodyte. Are they Bogard?
You can kind of see their silhouette, and from the way that their voice is coming out, they seem like a... I forget... I should have really brought this up when I was doing my thing, but... they seem like a Nagaji.
Oh, right.
Yes. I remember. We met one of those in Skunkport.
We did.
Only Jack pronounced it Nagaji.
Yes.
But it just makes more sense to me, alright?
You could easily both be right. I'm not like pitting anyone against each other here. Okay.
Indeed.
Nagaji.
Excellent. Excellent. I suggest you get out of the swamp. It's going to get very heated.
I suggest you get the fuck out of Dawn.
Well, yeah, in fact, she... it just seems to be a female voice as well. And I suggest you move. It's good that you were... It's good that you were able to deal with the Boggards. I heard they were getting antsy, perhaps, from my talking with the troglodytes. Perhaps there was some kind of friction. Perhaps they would have made some kind of bold, early move, moving away from our plan. I take it...
Pardon? That's egg.
Oh, she was insinuating that there was some kind of friction between the Boggards and the Trogs. And the Trogs might have gotten antsy and, for example, attacked way earlier than they should have.
Okay.
She's asking for your opinion on this matter.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a friction there. I noticed. It was a bit weird, but I think we held it together.
Any problems from the Druids? They have been properly subjugated.
Yeah, those guys are creepy.
Excellent. The seed of Zevgavazeb is a poison. Do well for our goals. This will be a fine staging point, and you will get your money. Do you want to give me another bluff check, actually?
Another one?
Well, you rolled... Actually, what did you roll? 26. 26. No, 26 is okay.
I'm doing the voice. I don't know
You are doing the voice. No, I think...
that technically makes it 28, because you said I'd get a +2.
I did. Okay, yeah, I'll carry us. Very good. Your money will be in the usual place.
Oh, dang it.
Please ask where that is again. Please ask where that is again. It would be so funny.
I don't know.
I'll say Vlad.
Well, I think the usual place got compromised.
Oh?
Adventurers.
They are troublesome. I ran into a certain scumpot. Sloppy of you to let someone live from our bellow first time. Still, I'm sure you'll be able to take care of it.
Yeah. Anything else I could do for you?
Well, there's always work. Where would you prefer I leave the money if the drop point has been raised? I can leave it with the drop point in Urchester instead, perhaps.
Dave's gonna glance at the party, see if anyone can help him.
I'm thinking like how could Apollyon convey the idea that I have right now? Because like what would be most interesting to us is if we could arrange some kind of place that we can set up that we know the location of, right? So that we can set up like.
Tell them Vlad is on the way there and to send someone to meet him on the road.
No, I don't think that's like what she was saying though. I think she was saying we'll leave it for you. Just there.
She's kind of intuiting.
Not a handover.
She give me a sense motive actually for
goody. My word.
Or anyone that's listening to this. Right?
Everyone, please help me. Dave's terrible at this.
I am coming to help you.
I told you he was terrible at
Okay.
this.
Seems legit.
Yep.
Yes.
21.
Okay,
you.
so it's being intuited from the way that she speaks. Seems like they've worked together long enough that they have a number of drop points.
Yeah.
And so she's not specifically saying, "Oh, I'm going to leave it behind the post box in the Logan Quarter," because why would she refer to things like that?
Yeah.
But so that's the way she's talking about things at the moment. If you wanted to do, like, you could maybe say, "The adventurers turned up." And Montbec can maybe like whisper this to Apollyon. So, like, if you want to organise a sting, say that you suspect the Pathfinder Society has compromised the drop locations. Send a contact, and we can set up new ones. It's probably the way to handle what you're thinking of here.
Yeah.
You can write it down on a bit of paper and like hold it up so Dave can see it. That would be very helpful.
Yeah, actually, like at this point, like enough time has passed.
Yeah,
I think that
definitely
we can.
Montbec will get involved.
Yeah.
And Dave's like,
What he knows
nah.
Yeah, like this is Montbec's
Good
kind of
place.
shtick, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think. Well, I think the Pathfinder Society, getting all again. So maybe what's the suggestion again?
To send a contact, basically.
To
the inn, yeah. So that
in Urchester or here.
Here. Let's send it to the inn, because that will seem
The
less.
inn would be a bad idea. The inn's been destroyed.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
It would
Okay,
be
that's
probably
true.
somewhere in Urchester or in the Midlands, rather than.
Okay, yeah, that's true, I guess. Okay, yeah,
Alright.
Urchester.
She's
then I think.
intimated that this entire area is going to be fucked.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, in that case,
Point of
yeah.
phrase.
Yeah,
Do I still have the Urchester map?
probably.
I think.
Nope. Oh no, I do. There it is. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me see. Where's a good place for a sting? Near the Chapel District, around the back of the Chapel District, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere in the Chapel District. I mean, if
Okay.
you can just, you don't need to specify it now. We can just assume that you say something sensible in the Urchester. We can pan that out later.
Yeah, like Devil say something along the lines of.
And that'll be a plot hook for somebody else in the future rather than
Yeah.
necessarily something that's going to be happening in Return to Arbello. But
Mm.
we'll book this forward at a place in time that is sensible for you guys to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
But since you did roll a natural 1, Dave, I am going to need another bluff check on you at that point, just because, it was a natural 1.
How likely is it? I've got 2 in a row.
Well, did you golden dice that?
No.
Well,
We did dirty it all up. And
Well-
I disguised very well.
You are disguised very well. I'll contact you later to discuss that. She doesn't seem to be convinced at this particular point, but you also haven't been completely rumbled. She seems
Okay.
suspicious, but not in the fact that you're not Vlad. She
More
seems
in-
suspicious that Vlad's trying to rip her off.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
So
I would
that
be
is an
good.
option you have in the future to follow up on, but I don't think you're going to get any further on now.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Also, she did roll a 2 on her sense
Nice.
motive there, so just to let you know, that's not me being nice to you. She did fuck. You could have fucked.
Good.
So in terms of, yes, keep this orb. And you already rolled a perception as well. Does no one else wants to try and get in on this? Like, you can't make any more information out.
Well, can we do so without risking to show ourselves to this person?
Depends on how well you roll at stealth.
On stealth, you say?
Yes.
Can
Okay.
Dave
I
is probably-
do have a +8 on stealth.
Yeah, but you always roll really badly.
I also roll really badly in general, I know.
I will let you know this is a very, very high-risk power play if you wish to take this.
And I
but
was
it's
just
available
going to say,
to
I think
Never mind.
they recognise.
high risk, high reward. I'll say. But,
Yeah.
See if there's sees anyone coming towards him to try.
Yeah,
to get
like-
a look.
Okay.
He'll just
I'm
yeah, talk to you later, and then like put the cloth over it or turn it off or.
Okay, and then it kind of depowers. There seems to be some kind of the interface is quite intuitive. It would appear it's obviously not necessarily Apple, but it's got the kind of very intuitive Android. Yes, it's a cyborg communication orb, and yeah, okay, very good there, Dave. People that kind of come out from hiding at this point as the orb kind of loses its luster. And the lieutenant comes out and says, well, shit.
So, Polly, what was that demon thing they were talking about?
Oh, it's and Napoleon sort of like he's not really looking at you, but he's just sort of reminiscing about his past experiences.
Ah, yes, the days of my youth.
Ah, yes. What was that demon? Ah, yes, the days of my youth. No, so Apollon's just sort of looking into the sky like, oh yeah, it's a Hezru demon. Well, you're like, well, it's basically if you take a lizard and you cross it with a rhinoceros, and you cross that with a vial of acid, and you cross that with just teeth. That's a Hezru demon, basically.
What kind of teeth? That doesn't sound very friendly.
Big ones. And Napoleon sort of like holding his hands out like this big motion, like big ones.
Oh. I guess we don't want to fight one of those?
Nuh-uh.
Why not? Could be fun.
Do we already know that they've got the stuff, so how do we stop them? We don't know where they are.
Well,
Sigmund might know, he went out on a scouting party, didn't he? But he's not here.
well, there might be some ways to catch up on that, and the lieutenant is kind of talking to some of the other kind of more clerkish members of the Pathfinder Society, and he's bringing them around discussing with them, and they're looking a bit freaked out, like a Hezro demon being summoned would not be a good thing for the Midlands.
Yes.
Particularly as some of the other things they kind of alluded to there, that was the kind of thing that they were waiting on for the Sahagwin. Like, that came up. Like, that's weird. This all seems to be some kind of larger plan, and that's
Sounds
the
like
thing
they've already got the Regiants, they shouldn't be so greedy.
Should I call Ral?
How would you call Ral?
I do have 25 words of sending for this morning, and I was gonna call Sig, but Ral's
Why
the
would
best
you-
ranger I know. He
Why do
could
you
chase
need-
down the birds. He could track them down.
Oh, even Toast couldn't track them though. She could fly.
Well, that's fair.
So in terms of the lieutenant is keen at this point that you really do not want to have this demon summoned. If you can get up to Arbella, like it will be somewhere near Arbella Castle. And he's sending and like working now that we've got this information. He's having some wizards and some clerics like investigate this, and he perhaps might have some more information in a little bit of time after they've worked out, because this kind of summoning through the planes you can't just do anywhere. You've got to have
Like a place of power or something?
Yeah, exactly. So he's currently just doing some research on that, like where that could.
Let your dad know you're safe, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. He
He's
doesn't
not.
really. Really? What did he say exactly?
I don't know. It's been like 9 months out of character, but he seemed pretty fucking torn up about it.
He only really feels torn up when he feels like he's made. He really it's about things when it affects him. But
I didn't hear most of that, sorry.
It's very cool when you whisper in character, but it's very hard to hear.
Okay, sorry. Oh god,
Jeez.
sorry.
Bless you!
That's so much worse.
Don't exert yourself.
Yeah, I had a sore throat the past couple of days. Yes, he only really cares about himself, and his concerns only come up when he feels guilt because he's made some kind of mistake. But still, I suppose it's good to know that he was at least
Okay. What if you die in the next couple of days?
I'm going to try not to. I did get
Send
shot in
him
the
a
mouth.
pigeon or something. It takes 5 minutes to write a letter, and that's me. I can't write the letter A.
Okay, so
can't really write the letter A. She just writes like a triangle.
so out of character, I'd really the lieutenant to sass you by saying, "Well, it's taken you 1 month to not write a letter back home," but he doesn't know that, so I can't sass you in that manner.
Wow.
But,
I think you need to ointment that burn there.
but that's
I'm
that's
gonna convert one of my spells to cure light wounds.
Wow, nice.
Speaking of, are we back to full health?
You're not back to full health, but you're back to actually, yeah, you're back to full health. You would have been able to heal.
So Dave went back to full health and they fell out of a tree and he took the same amount back off again.
You can all go back to full health. I'm assuming we could go there will have been clerics around that could have healed you up before the spell slots reset. So yeah, go back to health.
If you guys look at the stream right now, like Apollyon has been busy like using charcoal to draw a picture of what he like his artistic interpretation of a Hezeru demon.
Really shitty at drawing.
Yeah.
That's not half bad, if you ask me. It could be shittier. Try harder.
So, elsewise, regarding morning plans, what else are you guys doing while you're waiting to hear back?
Brack first. I'm sad, but it's almost time for breakfast.
I think someone wants breakfast.
Yeah.
Very important.
Is it me? Thyra actually has like a hip flask full of coffee.
Okay.
A Michael Flask, I think you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, are you doing the sending, Thyra? Is the
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Your
can
beansy
we?
toast.
I may have spent some time in between stapling that guy's lung back into place. I may have spent some time scrabbling something up for Sigmund, and she probably like hands out like a little note that she's written on, and it's probably on like the back of like a tavern receipt from like
Absolutely.
8 months ago.
Okay.
It's in chat, but basically it's because I only have like 30 words, so it's
25 words, I believe.
yeah, something like that.
I looked it up today because I had to work out what my response might be. So yeah, it's 25. In terms of right. So do you want to? Are you pulling now? Are you sending it to Sig, or this is your 4th level spell for the day? I believe you only have 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I'm using
Yeesh, is that a 4th level spell?
Yeah. Well, I can
Yeesh.
send it to anyone on this plane, to be fair.
Well, okay,
Well,
but
You can send it to people off this plane. This might not hit.
Oh, really?
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeesh.
It just the plane of winds can disrupt it.
Yeah.
Could you just send like a message to Orcus saying "fuck you"? Nothing else.
Yeah, you absolutely could, but I would really recommend you do that.
Maybe not.
Let's send an
Apollyon is, as
send
I'm
a
doing,
direct
he's like,
email to the demon they're trying to summon.
yeah.
Okay, so
Dear
yes,
sir. No.
Yes.
so yeah.
So her letter is basically, and I think the way it happens is like a little like help me one Obi-Wan Kenobi thing of like Thyra's like above like her like collarbone appears before Sigmund, visible only to him in a really weird way, and basically says, at Marsh Top, safe. Defeated Bogard raid. Come back, let's talk. We can do this together and win. Your friend, Thyra. And Sigmund has an opportunity to respond at that point.
He does. Sorry, go on. Dave.
What to say?
Yeah.
Dave would suggest. Can
yeah,
you say your friend's PATHCO?
Sure. She says that instead.
Okay, so the response also comes, and this is a mental kind of communication that you're having. This is the first time that you've done sending. So how does that feel to Thyra?
So I feel like, at least very, very briefly, there is like a tenuous link between them. Like it's like almost tangible. Like she feels the connection get made.
And definitely there is a connection that is made, and you have a connection at this point to Sigmund's mind, and it is very fractured right now, and words do come back to you in response. But it's not, as you've had a little bit of time to prepare as well, but it's very much coming off his subconscious, and it's almost like, you know, sometimes you can those conversations that are made of sound clips taken from different places. It's kind of chop and changing, and this is kind of how it's coming through to you. Like, it seems like you can kind of just get the impression of there's a lot of mental turmoil happening with Sigmund right now as you're. And the words that come back are, Thyra, I told you. Never mind. And there's a chop. Exit strategy blocked. Chop. Trogs knew we were coming. Chop. They're agitated. Planning something. Can smell it. Had to evacuate. Chop. Now that's 24 words. Can you roll me a sense motive check to see if you can get it?
Yeah, sure.
I read it in chat.
Oh, cool. I was doing that too.
I'm better at it than you.
Yeah, I lost it towards the end.
I can post it in chat if you want to see exactly.
I already did it.
24.
So. The last word is, and this comes through, not like the words that you were seeing before were very overt, like he was talking to you consciously. The 25th word comes through subconsciously, like he wasn't wanting to say it, but you have picked it up anyway. And the last word is help.
Thyra immediately headbutts a tree.
Okay, that certainly helps.
Okay.
Oh, son of a...
Leave that tree alone, it was very comfortable.
Thyra just downs her flask of coffee and then goes, "This is not the same!"
You know, as an elf, I'd normally be against violence to trees, and Apollyon just shrugs.
I take it you pass on the information as was...
Yeah, Thyra is in between frustrated rage crying, punching the damn wall at the same time.
Should I try? I could ask some birds if they've seen him again.
You
send Toast out to have a look.
You absolutely can do that. Well, that's two different things. Which one are you going to do? One of those.
Dave's asking, because everyone at this point, including people like the lieutenant and all that, care about finding Sigmund, especially if he's stuck.
Well,
so I can ask birds if they've seen him, or I can send Toast to go have a look. But she's one bird, and it's quite a large area.
Well, the lieutenant will tell you. Well, the Trogs have taken the main road up to Arbello. As you know it, he'll bring out a map and kind of. Oh yeah, this is the point where this is why I had you in the map.
You can take us back inside.
Yes, I can take you back inside as he's spreading out, and I think a little bit of time has passed.
Yeah.
As you're now inside.
In the meantime, I would as Apollyon, I would like to actually address Brother Glanvar for a moment. And yeah, and I'm going to say to him, because I think that he's the most reasonable person to mention this to, look, if this demon does come true, we're gonna need something to kill it with. And I think that my rolls for it were good enough that I know that demons in general are weak to magical good aligned weapons.
Yes, that's true. I think you are good enough to put that together.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mention to Brother Glanvar. So, just, as I think you're probably, out of all of us, probably the most likely to actually lay a finger on that bloody thing.
Probably.
You might want to look out if... I know it's unlikely, but if we ever run across something you can shoot that's good aligned, you better take that with you just in case.
Take what with me? Sorry. What have you?
Just, I don't know, something... Anything you can shoot, really, that's good aligned. Because, you know,
If you
it's...
find it.
Yeah, if you find it. Because, you know, these...
Okay, from a meta point of view, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Look for some good aligned ammunition.
Yeah, some good aligned ammunition. Because
or something that you can maybe crack into arrowheads or something like that.
Yeah, anything that's... Yeah, Apollyon says basically that. You know, anything that's, you know, good aligned, we can make arrowheads out of, or something. Just, you know, they have this... these demons, you know, they sort of... Because they're made of what the Abyss is made, right? And you have this... I think it's regeneration or something. But in any case, nothing really gets through them properly. Except anything that's good aligned, right? Or, well, like, the equivalent of what that is, like, non-meta, like...
No, actually, I like how this might be... I'm going to say this is Barry coming through, and you will refer to it as being good aligned, because that's how you refer to it as.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that, you know, anything that's really good aligned... If we're going to kill that thing, if anything's going to kill that thing, it's got to be something like that. Just, you know...
Glanval's response is coming from someone like you. He doesn't finish that sentence.
Yeah. Apollyon rolls his eyes, but also understands his statement and doesn't deny it. Okay.
So, inside the Marshall Inn kind of common room, where you will find yourself, there's been a lot of... Everyone was feeling like really happy, and now there's... Well, a lot of people are mostly still happy. The people that have heard there might be a Hezro demon are significantly less happy. The reporters come back in. People have been discussing what's going on, and amongst Vlad's stuff, they definitely found a bunch of like poisoned wine sachets. Someone kind of drunk one and just fell asleep.
Oh,
so that was clearly part of his plan.
Only sleep, not dead.
Only sleep, not dead.
That's surprisingly non-lethal. Maybe it's just cheaper.
Do you want to roll me a nature, actually, Dave?
Sure thing. That is my nature's knowledge is even.
You know that if you wanted to leave people alive because you were wanting them to be perhaps captured and taken prisoner afterwards, that would be the kind of thing that you would use. And you've heard allusions to, especially on that call you had with the communication orb, that the last time Vlad was in Arbello, this was the kind of thing that he did. So perhaps he's just using the same tactic again because that's the kind of thing that's around here, or it worked last time, especially since the troglodytes tend to take prisoners. So perhaps he just naturally kind of just fell into that kind of, doing the same tactic.
He knows a guy who sells that.
Yeah, exactly. So he's kind of got that tactic in place. So
okay, makes sense.
I don't know if you've kind of put anything together regarding the last time we was in Arbello and having done this, but
yes, I got the implications, which is why Dave was so uneasy about the idea of letting him go.
So, especially for people that might have felt very guilty about falling asleep on guard duty at Arbello, but we can come to that. In terms of the in terms of the ley lines, in terms of summoning places, there's a very kind of bookish kind of wizard who's kind of coming in. Looks quite low level, glasses on, and is telling you what's going on. Yes, well, as you all know, the Arbello Castle was originally held by very, very long ago in the past was held by troglodytes. Then it was taken over by orcs, and subsequently to that, it was then taken over by humans, who would later go on to form the Arbello the Orbello area, where it just remains.
Okay, don't mage-splain me, big guy. Come on, just give us the proper deal.
Hypocrite.
Well, okay, fine. In the original area underneath the castle, I believe that there is something they could use to bring through a demon. It would be underground in the mountain. Now, we sent Sigmund and his expeditionary force with Sander and Tommy Bombom and the rest of the scouts to go up through the side to fight your way through Arbello Castle would be foolish. But perhaps if you were to reconvene with those people who know the area more, you could find a way to get in more efficiently.
You know you could have said that with a whole lot less words, right?
Well, sir, why don't you go fuck yourself?
He's
And he just leaves. And he just leaves.
That's
Can I-
a valid point.
Apollyon
We have to tip that man, or-
Apollyon is getting very he's just pissed about the situation in general. What do I need to roll to slap this man?
Roll me a standard BAB.
Okay, where's my BAB at?
Roll to stop him from doing that.
A reflex if you want to stop him, but we'll.
Okay,
Hang on,
BAB is +4.
Probably have to jump because I'm a very short halfling. We're rolling again. Reflex, which is one of my best.
Good chance. What?
Oh! What in for?
What?
Like you guys.
What?
How? I don't even know how that.
How? What?
Thoughts across the room.
Well,
Holy shit!
So I don't really. Yeah.
Holy fucking shit!
what a waste of 2 minutes.
I think you kind of both succeed at that point. So what you were trying to achieve there, Apollyon, was to make this person feel physically intimidated by you and to scurry out, which he has so done. So you don't actually do it via the method of slapping them across the face, because either Dave, or if you want to do this via Toast or Riker, is able to actually physically stop your hand from doing it. So the person knew he would get hit. He knew he was going to get slapped across the face, but Dave was able to intervene.
Does it do like an almost anime-ish air pressure wave that just waves his hair around?
Oh yeah, his hair was previously parted, and now it's kind of like up and in a shock of he looks ridiculous as he scurries out of the of the building. But yeah, both of you have succeeded on your thing. So it hasn't escalated, but you have been able to intimidate him as well.
Okay, that's.
You see how I would have seen that happening is Dave successfully intercepts the slap, but in doing so becomes the ammunition that gets flung into the guy's into the guy.
Wow! Holy shit! Well,
Cigarette.
Now I'm just saying that would have also been pretty damn hilarious.
Full on is a beanpole though.
This is true.
So they also bring together a pack of stuff for you. A Pathfinder Scout pack. And this is something that the lieutenant kind of passes over to her as looking to pick it up. And I'm going to list out a list of things. So
I'm running out of space.
So
Well, you
whoever's...
better pass it to me because I'm on the other side of the room, and I think it'd be really funny.
Oh, are we all getting one, or is only one person getting one?
It's one pack for the group. It's a Pathfinder.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I can hold on to it. I never get
That.
Or
seems
you
right.
can pass these things out as you so.
Okay.
This pack is like
Alright, let's just listen to the.
Yeah. To the
Yeah.
spiel.
So in it contains 5 potions of cure light wounds,
Handy.
Ooh.
5 potions of pass without trace,
Oh.
Also handy. Probably
A scroll.
necessary.
of plant voice,
A what of plant voice?
a scroll of plant voice, a scroll of obscuring mist, 2 scrolls of detect snares and pits, 2 scrolls of underbrush decoy, 2 scrolls of keep watch, a scroll of comprehend languages,
Nice.
a scroll of floating disc, and 2 scrolls of flare. And you get the impression from the way this is packed together, this is a fairly standard Pathfinder kind of pack. So this is presumably what the other team signals
Are the scrolls like typewriter print?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they absolutely are. That's
Yeah.
a good call.
Are they like
Yeah.
are they like woodblock prints of
Yeah,
scrolls?
they totally are. This looks like a very standard standard operating procedure kit. Yeah, definitely.
I only know what like 3 of these things do. Maybe 4.
So, Obscuring Mist is pretty self-explanatory.
And Plant Voice, along with
Yeah.
Kill It Wounds. I can't remember what Pass Without Trace does. I can
As
guess
without
what Text
trace
Snares and
makes it
Pits
harder
does.
for people to track you.
Yeah.
No clue what Underbrush, Decoy, Keep Watch, Floating Disc, or
Well, I
Flare
think that keep watch is pretty self-explanatory too. Probably just magically
I think it
creates
sets an alarm
something.
or something around
Yeah.
the area.
I assume that it probably just creates some sort of entity that keeps watch over an area for you.
Actually, that's not quite right. I'm just putting
Oh.
those in for you
Floating
now.
Disc is a puzzle-solving thing.
Okay.
Like, literally, it summons a floating disc that you can just use to move shit.
Well, the only
Okay.
person of us that can cast that is Polly, so I guess Polly's gonna have to
Oh,
take that.
good.
Oh yeah, because arcane caster.
No, because you're a sorcerer specifically.
Oh,
Oh.
Keep Watch is actually really handy. It just means that we don't have to go nap time, we can just stay up all night with no negative repercussions.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's
Huh.
pretty handy.
Oh,
Okay.
and Underbrush Decoy just makes a plant like 40 meters away just be like, rustle, rustle, rustle.
I think the only one of these I can cast is Comprehend Languages.
I think I've got that prepared already. So.
No, I can have the
because
scroll, so I did
because
have
it's
one, but I
not.
used it up.
Is that why you're saying that? Because it's not in your spell list, or?
Yeah.
I don't think that's actually a necessity. I think it's just a type of caster that's important, if I recall
it's-
correctly.
We've been playing a bit. We've mostly for caster type. We've been playing a bit fast and loose with the scroll rules, mostly because they're terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm mostly just keeping it on. If I'm giving you these spells, there will be someone in the. I'm not giving you scrolls that you can't cast.
Yeah.
There will
Yeah.
be someone that can cast.
Okay.
So I wouldn't concern yourself too much with that. We can
Because I feel
figure out
like.
whatever the most interesting.
Yeah,
thing is,
because
right?
I feel like the virtue of scrolls is that it allows people who aren't spellcasters to cast spells. But
Not sure about that, but
that's wands.
oh yeah, that's wands. Okay.
So like it's definitely divine. Like divine arcane is definitely something I do. So
Yeah.
Napoleon's fine for everything.
yeah, I can cast
Also,
everything.
I like that because it gives Napoleon a little bit of a boost for the way that he kind of does his casting. But
so he's slightly less shit.
Yes.
he's significantly less shit nowadays.
Yeah, I am.
Wouldn't go that far.
So yeah, that's kind of stuff that you've got there, and in addition to that, Mr. Tommy Bomban comes and also gives you a bag because you actually was able to save the Bonbon tent.
We did.
Tent. So especially because I know Napoleon, you'd kind of requested that some things get created.
Indeed.
And he kind of was like saying, "Hey man, how's it going?" And
What's
he kind of
up, my
speaks
man?
like what?
My man. I mean, my gnome.
No, it's cool. I'm high as balls right now. It's pretty great. And he looks just really wrecked. But it's
Yeah.
like,
Really should not be having him making us dangerous materials. This is
Oh.
a terrible idea.
it's okay. I've already
materials.
made the dangerous material. He's like got this other kind of rucksack which sloshes dangerously as he kind of waves it around.
Thyra takes another step across the room away from this guy.
And
Yeah.
in this pack, there are 2 alchemist fires,
Okay.
1 fuse grenade,
Oh, wait.
and
I'm actually gonna note that down because that's probably I'm probably gonna be carrying that as he's
Yeah.
giving it to me.
Well, I'm writing it down.
Yeah, so there's 2 alchemist
Oh,
fire.
thank God, I didn't.
Yeah, I've got it noted down. 2 alchemist fire, 1 fuse grenade, and a number of bottles and of liquids and gels, which are unknown.
Just a second. So 1 fuse grenade, and how many bottles of unknown stuff are there?
A number 5 or 6 or 7
Okay.
even. And his opinion on those is, hey, if you're able to get to Dave, give those to Dave, man. He'll know what to do with them.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Apollyon walks across the room.
Apollyon is like really confused for a moment, and then just turns around and says, "Here," and he just gives that to Dave, and then he just turns around.
Not Dave, man. Not him, man. My brother.
Oh, right, your brother.
I'll take the stuff back.
Yeah, I do. I was like extending it, and now I just take it back.
Okay.
It might be like he was working on some stuff while he was out there. This might help him, you know, cause those troglodytes some trouble.
Okay, can you at least tell me what this is?
It's mostly stuff. It's mostly explosives and obedience.
How comforting.
Yeah, try not to shake them up too bad.
Thanks, Bonbon.
They should be relatively inert right now. If you can mix them, they could potentially be highly volatile if they got mixed by an alchemist when you needed to get something going really bad.
Right. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
Still probably not drop them.
Yeah, I sort of figured that.
Okay, so oh, my throat is going a bit strange. Okay,
Yeah.
so moving forward, what are your plans?
Have we had
Sounded
breakfast?
quite. Breakfast is being served right now. As I think Bryce is the person that is like stepping over the holes in the floor. Like Sigmund did sound quite panicked when he was talking to you.
Yeah, okay, so Dave's like eating toast with one hand and like saying, gesturing with the other
Dave's
thing.
eating
So,
toast.
Har.
Is Toast eating toast?
yes, she is. I'm gonna say to like everyone else. So, toast out, pointing. I'm waving my toast at Toast. Or would you like me to try and talk to the birds, see if they've seen him? Do you know where he might be stuck? Talking to the lieutenant.
Well, you know, Dave, that you saw him heading up, and from looking at the map, you can kind of put a few things together now that perhaps you couldn't quite put in place from what the birds were telling you before. So, heading up into Arbello Castle, there's one main road. Obviously, that's where when Arbello Castle was under the control of the Arbello family, people caravans would go up. That seems to be mostly now under Trog control. Like, you don't want to be heading up through the front door.
Mm-hmm.
But Arbello Castle itself is a very rocky area, mountainous even. I'm sure you've seen Mon's
I'm looking
picture.
at the Midlands map right now.
Yeah, and also Mon's picture for the front cover of the session where it's got the castle. That's pretty similar as well. So the castle itself is quite high up. There's a number of like smaller mountain passes off the main road you can take up, like in the shadow of Arbello Castle, to get up to that kind of area. And that's what the lieutenant says Sigmund was leading that group in. In fact, that's why they sent Sigmund. So the most stealthy person. He knows that area quite well. So rather than going up the main route, they're going through the kind of like the side mountain passes up to try and get closer. So he definitely feels that that's the kind of route you should be taking to follow him. Now, you will have seen, Dave, certain buildings that you knew that they were presumably what they were sleeping in last night, from what you got the information from the birds.
I wouldn't have seen it, but they would have described it.
Yeah, they would have described it. And putting that together and looking at the map, that you know that there was a number of buildings around where they would have kept their... I forget the exact word for it, but there was a lot of beekeeping around in this mountainous kind of area. And there were kind of buildings out there, kind of, not necessarily in the fields, because it's quite mountainous, but there were areas outside the castle that had kind of outbuildings, and that was definitely kind of putting two and two together and seeing this is probably where at least Sigmund was last night. If he's been forced to evacuate, it will have been from there into the kind of mountain passes. At least that's most likely. So kind of heading up through there and just seeing if you can kind of meet up with him or his group. That's what the lieutenant has for you. Like if you like roll me a knowledge geography, actually, Dave.
Pleasure. That is one of my good ones. Well, on the bars, they're all good ones, but you know what I mean. Knowledge geography. I had to unplug my mouse. I have to rely on my shitty laptop.
Amazing.
Tablet-y thing. Geography.
Oh god, I'm just drawing like the most horrid picture of the Bonbon brother right now.
So in terms of so for a 27, like you reckon, looking at the map that they've got out, you reckon you could find your way to where the birds told you was last night. That's probably not where he is now, but if you could get to there, yeah, exactly.
So what should we do when we do find him and the rest of the others?
Get him. Take him and get out of there! What we came here to do in the first place.
The
We need
lieutenant
to stop the damn ritual.
Yes, that would be a good thing to do.
So assuming that the components can be burnt, and assuming that burning them is not part of the ritual, we burn the components and leave. Ideally quickly.
Does that sound like what the plan was, Mr. Lieutenant?
Lieutenant's like, yes, I would really prefer if you were able to stop that demon before it was summoned. If your plan is to meet up with Von Beck, then perhaps he might have an idea of where to move and to get in and disrupt it. Like we say, there will be some kind of ley line area at the base of the castle. Perhaps there's some kind of tunnel you could get in through those mountain passes. I don't know.
But Sigmund might.
But Sigmund might, yes.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
So, where do you? What are your plans forward? Kind of prep here, or?
Let's see.
There's probably some prep we could do here. Like, for example, if possible, we could try see if we can get some like good lined arrows or something for Glamrock.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that can recharge my Wonder thing?
Anyone that can?
I don't actually know how recharging wands works.
You wouldn't craft ones. It would probably take a while to recharge.
Okay, never mind then. We don't have very long, because Sigmund sounded pretty panicked, according to Thyra.
I've drawn the most absolutely hideous interpretation of Tom Bonbon.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
And he's just given you lots of explosive goods.
Yeah, excellent.
That's pretty much what he does.
Yeah.
And you would not have had this item so yeah, I've had to kind of rework based on a bunch. But yeah,
Right.
This is really interesting. Okay, so you said you wanted to get some good aligned like ammunition, perhaps. So
Yeah,
it would be so I think Ramona's probably the best person to talk to about that.
That's true. I think I'm gonna try and do that, and probably take Glanfire along with me if he's up for that.
Yeah, sure.
When we leave you two alone, though, something bad happens.
Look,
Or something incredibly awesome happens.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm pretty sure. I think that maybe that's a matter of perspective. How's Barktown these days?
Well, look, it's not as if this.
Politically compromised.
Politically compromised. I love that.
I feel
okay.
like that's like the worst like communist rebellion fucking like intro sentence ever.
Politically
So
compromised.
How is the town to the east, friend? Politically compromised.
Yeah.
God.
So yeah, okay, that's a pretty good question. Do you, yeah, do you want to make me a diplomacy? How are you pitching this to Ramona?
Well, first of all, if there's diplomacy roles are going to be involved, I'm just going to cast
Well, don't cast it just yet. Just let me know what your kind of approach is.
Oh, right, okay. It's just a cantrip, really. It's just like the +2 to
Okay,
diplomacy,
sure.
it's not. I'm not casting glamour yet. I'm not wasting my use on that. It's like just a finger snap that just,
You brush your hair so it looks nice.
yeah.
With magic.
It's just a finger snip that, yeah, like makes my hair extra lush. Instead of like the bedraggled strings that it normally is. I'm going to ask, does Ramona know about the impending demon?
Yeah, she was in the room.
Okay. In that case,
I think this is the same token I had for Ramona.
yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna say, look, probably. What do you? First of all, I'm gonna ask what she knows about demons and hetero demons in particular.
Yeah, she knows a reasonable amount. I'm not going to repeat what you said before, but it certainly seems that she's not straight. She seems quite not academic, but she looks very distant. She seems very disturbed at the thought of one of these creatures being around.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, she agrees with your assertion before, and she even throws in some additional information that you knew, but you perhaps hadn't mentioned, how strong hetero demons are frequently, at least in the olden times, were leaders of troglodyte clans. If they're planning to summon one, it's because they wish to have strong leadership for some kind of goal specifically.
Yeah. Okay.
They're creatures of appetite, and they're creatures of almost implacable desire for not necessarily just
conquest.
It's not even conquest. It is greed. They want to consume.
All right.
Not just physically, but like metaphorically as well.
Okay. In that case, Ramona, shouldn't come to you as a surprise that in case things don't go as planned, we may have need of some good aligned chicanery. So, considering that the alignment of the good and just is not exactly my forte, I would like to ask you to, and you see that he's like struggling to say this, to help us out.
She nods, and she's also a little bit uncomfortable about the conversation because she's obviously clocked what your deal is.
Yeah, like, I mean, she's probably got by now that Apollyon is not at all free of blame.
Yeah, exactly. But she's also respectful of the fact that you helped these. It's like Gilhelm is kind of there, and she's kind of edging away from Gilhelm. Like it's just a weird situation. Gilhelm is fully healed as well.
Yeah.
And she's like saying, "But I appreciate this, but creating this kind of item isn't just something that can be done on a whim. It requires sacrifice and power." And
I'm gonna say, look, if that thing gets true, there's gonna be a whole lot of sacrifice, alright? So
No,
I don't.
I know.
So I
I
don't
know.
care. So I don't care how long it takes.
Like,
Just-
the thing you don't understand, Napoleon, is that this isn't... Good is not a shortcut. It's not something that you can just grab whenever it's most convenient. It's something that requires situations to be right. If it was a shortcut that could be grabbed any particular juncture, we'd have more people like yourself who would pick it up. And then she shakes her head and says, sorry, that was out of line, but... And at this point, I think there's... Sorry, does Napoleon have a response to that, or...
Rolling his eyes aggressively.
No, I think that Apollyon is going to say, well, in that case, I hope you get your right circumstances pretty soon. And I'm going to turn away.
And at this point, you can actually start hearing a chant coming from outside. And it starts low, but it starts to kind of build in kind of passion and volume.
Okay.
And it's a chant of just the word boys.
Okay.
As you head outside in which or to look through the window, like it
Actually,
does appear.
That's a fair point. What's Ramona look like?
Thyra, do you want to come in on this one? I know you've had. I'm going to allow you to do a character.
Jack?
Jackie.
Uh-oh. I can see the green thing flashing, but I cannot hear him.
Oh dear.
You're muted, mate.
Oh,
No, if
he's
he was
not.
muted, he wouldn't see the flashing
It's
green
like-
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, try turning it off and on again.
It's funny because often when I say that, I say, "Have you tried turning it on and off again?"
There he is. Here he is.
There he is.
What?
Oh, good
Can you
No.
hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
now we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Oh. So you just want Ramona's character design?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna throw it out to you because in my head it was kind of just generically like Mercy-like, but I think you've probably got a more interesting take on this, considering you've had more dealings.
You know, crap. Now I think mine looks like Mercy.
well,
Fuck. Oh
I can just
No, I think
improvise.
we're just gonna go with that then.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
so
I'm
it's like a white sort of quite form-hugging, not necessarily robes. I think like they're just like baggy pants with like a probably
Does she just wear track pants?
yes.
So
Okay.
they're white,
They're
they're
like-
form hugging, but they're also baggy.
Well, like form-hugging compared to a robe. Yeah.
I'm just gonna draw her now in like Seren Ray brand track pants. That's
Yeah.
canon now,
Draw
and you can't
parachute
change
pants.
it. Yeah, it's
I'm
like
thinking
MC. I'm gonna go for like MC Hammer like pants. You know the kind?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And yeah, okay. So, as they're going outside, obviously a number of the Barktown boys didn't make it through this particular battle, and the boys are like Bryce actually heads out. You realise that Bryce isn't there, and he's obviously ducked out just slightly before this has happened, and he's outside passing them kind of like pints. And they're pouring it on the ground as a departed drink for the boys that have left. And it's really quite solemn as they have a procession, as they take them on one last kind of like pub crawl together as they kind of take them out, and they're chanting boys, but they're crying at the same time. Like there's genuine emotion.
Yeah.
And they leave, and as they're going through, as it takes some time for this procession to pass, as you look at it, and it's very solemn, and Ramona actually steps up, says some words, and actually she steps outside. Something occurs to her, and she talks to one of the people that's holding one of these men, and they take one of the bear traps off his back and pass it to Ramona. And Ramona takes this bear trap and she sits with them, and she actually has a pint with them in the morning. Like this is like 9 to 10 a.m. and she like downs a pint with them, and they're having this kind of almost ritual as she's got this bear trap sitting in her lap, as she's concentrating on it. And you, Apollo, you can almost see this glow as they're going through this ritual, as the light of Sound Ray breaks through the clouds and just focuses on her as she's sitting there, and she kind of stands up and her eyes are full of fire, and she walks back and she reaches down towards this bear and she takes each of the teeth on it, and there's fire on her fingers and there's fire in her eye, and she snaps with her fingers the teeth of this bear trap off.
Okay.
And hands them to you, opponent. And there are 8 of these, basically teeth of a bear trap, and each of them have been slightly marked where her fingers. She's torn them off with a symbol of Sauron Ray.
Okay.
And she passes you 8 of these kind of teeth that could feasibly, for someone who was capable of fletching, turn them into.
Apollyon is gonna smile his biggest possible smile, like baring all of his like poorly kept teeth, and say, "How's that for the convenience of the good and just?" And he is going to take those and go look for a Fletcher.
Okay. Well, I believe Broglan could perform this, or Faye could, or any other number of people who are around.
Okay. No, then I'm going to, I think, hand them to Broglan and say, I assume you can do something with these?
He inspects them in his hands and he says, not the best material to work with, but I'm sure something can be put together.
Alright. It's good.
Okay. Well, I think that could be a good place to leave the session. So the Bark Time boys will be going with you, though they've been left behind, so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. We could, I think that there would be a good time to leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so well done, everyone. A bit more of an RP session after the
5 sessions of constant
5 sessions of combat, and I think we're gonna kick off the next session with you guys in the mountain pass. So we'll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
we'll
interesting. Yeah, I like that.
So we'll time skip for you getting out of the the swamp. Like, assume the scout, you will have been sent with scouts. Like Montbec will take you up to that point.
Yeah.
And we'll kick you off at there. So I'm not going to make you roll.
Are the others going to get mounts, or do they have to go on foot?
Mounts are generally seen to be a bad idea move.
What about if it's just a dog?
If you wish to take Riker, that's probably. Large creatures are probably deemed to be a bad idea.
I don't know if I want Riker in a fight.
Well, that's a decision that you can make, and when we come in the mountain pass, we'll kind of slightly in media res it.
Yeah,
I'll
sounds
think
good.
about it in the interim.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So first off, Golden Dice. Who do you think is going to be?
Probably Dave.
And I might want to replenish my stock.
Yeah, I think that was some very good.
Yeah, I like the
tumble fluffing.
Yeah, tumble fluffing.
Ooh.
And I think everyone can gain 100 XP just from finding out information and RP.
Alright. Oh man,
Oh goodness, I've leveled up.
Oh goodness! Golly.
You were that close.
Really?
Sorry, I had my mic muted for like 5 minutes there. How much XP?
100.
34,086.
No, 100 for game.
Oh, sorry. I got in total 1,000. It's 100.
2.2
Yeah.
grand ton level up.
You would have to done some real good RP to get 31,000.
34,000. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Man, I'm
That's
still. How far am I away? So 400. That's gonna be okay. So I'm 5k 900 away from my next level up.
Then again, I think I am the only character who's been in every single session of 18.
This is true. This
I
is
thought
true.
Glanvar had been.
Yeah, actually no.
Glanvar's missed a couple, not many.
Well, no, actually, I think that you and Glanvar are actually the ones that were probably there for all the modules at least.
Yeah, I thought there might be like one session where Haggis was away.
Might be.
No, because I'm
one
about 1,000 behind you, Egg. So.
That's
Not wrong.
quaint. Strange. Well, in any case.
Yeah, I can't really comment on anything that happened outside when I was GM, or even before I potentially joined the group. So I just have to trust that everyone's been tracking XP correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
If I've done it wrong,
it's my fault.
If I've done it wrong, it's because I've written something down wrong somewhere along the line.
Well, I mean,
I promise.
It's not gonna make that much of a difference, I think. Especially now that we're going into like higher levels, like 1000 XP isn't that much anymore, I think.
Yeah, and we're going to be going, like, it's not going to be leveling up until after happened.
Oh yeah, good point. Well, I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe I can find Darren again.
I may have like started a bad habit there, and I'm sorry for everyone.
I think that the point that you get the XP is after you've kind of left the town.
Yeah, that's
fair
a
enough.
fair, yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And so that's good session, everyone. I hope you had some fun. And we didn't get to do any. It was mostly all inside the inn, but it was kind of a denouement of that, and I think a bunch of stuff happened.
I thoroughly enjoyed having been quote unquote scolded by Ramona, and then she just proceeds to do exactly what she said wasn't possible.
It's magical rituals are strange sometimes. Napoleon is very aware about.
Yeah. But still, I feel like there's a certain sense of irony to that remark that she made.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Apollyon is just more pleased about that irony than he should be.
Cool beans. So next week I think we're going to be starting off in the mountain pass. I think you guys generally have a plan for what's moving forward, so we can see what's happening there, and who knows, maybe we'll even see Sigmund.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us for PATHCO. Hopefully we'll see you all
next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.